Sales and Marketing, Maruti Suzuki Limited. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this time.
Pleasure.
And do tell us what is this unique initiative that you've started at this Auto Expo?
Well, Ashish, I think this is a very interesting concept, and Auto Expo has been happening, this thing for quite a number of years, and this time we decided that we should bring new experiences to our audience in a different style. So we thought that why to limit the Auto Expo experience to the venue itself, and therefore why not to reach out to the maximum number of audience who are this thing spread across the length and breadth of our country, and who cannot otherwise this thing spare time to come here and watch the Auto Expo. Therefore we thought that we will take it live at the night to reach global audience on global platforms such as Facebook, and yes, it's for the first time that Maruti Suzuki Auto Expo is bringing all the highlights live at night to our car enthusiasts.
So this year a lot of car makers are away from the Auto Expo, but you have in fact taken a bigger hall and you've increased your space as well. So tell us what is that people should expect once they enter the Maruti stand here at the Auto Expo.
We at Maruti Suzuki strongly believe in the importance of this platform, and this year our pavilion showcases our future direction for design and technology. We are taking the experience a notch higher.
Theme that Maruti Suzuki has this year at its stands.
We have been working on transformation, driving ahead, and this is the theme this year. And since the last 35 years, Maruti Suzuki has led and shaped the Indian automobile industry. It is through transformation that Maruti Suzuki strives to deliver designs, technology, and experiences to our discerning customers, and all these are ahead of their time and take consumers on a drive into the future. Now, driving ahead reflects Maruti Suzuki's vision and leadership position, not just in automotive industry, but also in Indian economy. Similarly, driving ahead also connects with the Indian consumer who is driven to succeed and move ahead in life.
And sir, what's in store this year for Maruti Suzuki customers who walk in not only to the Auto Expo but also to your showrooms across the country?
This year our customers will experience a grand showcase of our engineering and technological abilities. The all-new Maruti Suzuki Swift launched today in a new avatar for our discerning customers.
Be looking at? I mean, there's a lot of enthusiasm amongst car buyers because this has been the best-selling premium hatchback, not for the last 1 or 2 years, but ever since its launch way back in 2005. So what should people expect more from the new Swift?
Yes, you are right, Ashish. Ever since we launched our Swift in 2005, it has been commanding a leadership position in the hatchback segment, and pegged as the most awaited big-ticket launch, Auto Expo 2018. The all-new Swift will of course be the high point, and with its new design, host of features, and the acclaimed automotive gear shift technology, the all-new Swift will be a breakthrough product for its loyal customers. Also, there is a focus on dynamism and performance and design. So all these are very important features of our new Swift. There's a wonderful cockpit inspired instrument panel. I think from every angle this is a big delight for the customers.
And sir, we've seen your flash mob with the PATNAYAK initiative. How has the experience been with the campaign and with the flash mobs over here?
What is happening is that there are about 150,000 deaths on Indian roads every year. Now, we did a research study which showed that about 15 deaths per day can be avoided if only people wear seat belts. We did further research in this area and found that only 25% of the people driving the cars or riding in the cars are wearing the seat belts. And at the rear seat, only 4% of them are wearing a seat belt. So we came out with this campaign to create awareness among the car users about wearing a seat belt when they are driving. So it's a very innovative phrase, PATNAYAK. So idea is that when somebody sits on the steering wheel, he should be asking not only from himself but also everyone in the car, PATNAYAK. So this concept we are spreading in the country, and we are using a 360-degree platform for this. Print media, television, digital media, and also the on-ground activities. So this flash mob concept is our effort towards enhancing the awareness of seat belt at the on-ground activity level, and it is becoming very popular at Auto Expo. We have engaged these teams, and we have also composed a seat belt song. This song is very melodious and very peppy song, and in fact lyrics are based on the findings from the research, and this is creating a lot of excitement among the visitors here. And I'm sure these millennials who are showcasing this activity at the grassroots level, and the millennials who are watching it, they will be having a strong impact on themselves as well as on others about the awareness on seat belt wearing. So I would advise our audience also, whenever they sit in the car, they must ask PATNAYAK.
Well, I must say that that is a very unique initiative, and you are one of the few people in the market who are actually really concerned and talking about safety inside a car, and the seatbelt really is the first safety device which a lot of people don't know about or aren't aware about. Well, anyways, we'll move on from some of these questions now to Facebook questions, and a question has come in from Riya Suri, who's asking us, what is the unique thing that Maruti Suzuki is doing for young customers at this Auto Expo?
Well, I would say that there are a lot of activities that we are doing now. First activity is what we are doing right now, the concept of Night Auto Expo. We are bringing the Auto Expo right into their homes, in the comfort of their living room, where they can watch what all is there at Maruti Suzuki Pavilion at Auto Expo 2018. And even at Auto Expo here, we have a virtual ramp where youngsters are coming, and they are getting themselves photographed, and it's a virtual ramp, and the photograph comes as if they are on the ramp, and there are crowds around who are clapping for them, admiring them. Apart from this, we have also started an app. Now on this app, there's a Maruti Suzuki expert who can answer any of their questions pertaining to Maruti Suzuki Auto Expo 2018, and all the information can be faced on this expert app. Apart from this, get those flying passes, and after that they can send us a message, and top 10 winners will be getting an all-paid trip to Auto Expo 2018. Apart from this, there are hundreds of other prizes for the winners, and on the whole, there is a lot of focus on digital activities and the youth of our country this time at Auto Expo 2018 at Maruti Suzuki Pavilion.
So Ria, I think you got your answer over there. There's another interesting question which Sahil has asked us, and he's saying that if I sent you a friend request on Facebook, will you accept it? I think that's for you, Kalsi-san, to answer. And
well, Sahil, I appreciate this. While virtual world is good, I still believe that the real life interactions are more important, and I would like to meet you in person for you to be a friend.
But I think, Sahil, you need to take an appointment with him because he really is a very busy person. And With that, Kalsi-san, I'd like to thank you for giving us the time and being here with us at even at this time in the evening. And we also have a parallel show running around with us at the same time, and that is being held by SIDDHARTH from NDTV, along with C.V. Raman, who's the big boss of engineering at Maruti. So we'll show you what's happening on that side as well.
Well, thank you, Ashish. I'm around till 11:30, and as long as our virtual audience want me to be here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
This time around?
Yes, very clearly, a couple of things I'd like to say here. One is that the customer is becoming younger, customer is becoming aspirational, they want something more. And the second thing is that the SUV space, the market is growing. And if you see in the next 3 to 5 years, the growth segment is the SUV segment. So we brought in the compact SUV, the Vitara Brezza, which has got the imagination of the people, and it's doing well. But we thought that, okay, why not have a compact car which is SUV-ish, but going below the Vitara Brezza. So how can we do that? So from that germinated the idea of doing a concept compact SUV and SUV-ish kind of characteristics and proportions which are smaller than the Vitara Brezza. I think that was the key brief which was there in the mind, and we believe that in future if we do get into, we find a good response, and then maybe it can become on its own a segment, because it has that potential, we believe.
Yeah. And the fact that it's been done at Maruti Suzuki, it talks about your capability with the design space, isn't it?
Definitely. I think our designers are maturing, they are learning, and they are understanding the Indian customer psyche, what they are looking for. And from all of that, I think we have been able to make a concept Future S, which is having a high seating, good visibility, good ground clearance, a good road presence, yet it is compact, it is smaller than the Vitara Brezza, having a lot of interior space on the inside. So I think it's a package which is there. And from the interior perspective, it's also, we are talking about a futuristic infotainment system. So connectivity is very, very important for today's aspirational customer. So so all of that it's a good package, we believe.
No, and so I must in fact clarify, for those of you who don't know why I said that about Maruti's own capability, this design has nothing to do with Suzuki Japan. It's the capability here that I was trying to highlight. After the Vitara Brezza, this is the second independent work coming out of your design studio. Now, there's a lot of talk about going electric. The government is showing that sort of impetus as well. But very often we say that, look, to get to pure electric, you have to maybe also do hybrid along the way. You've also showcased that here at the Expo. How strongly do you feel about it?
I think it's government is very keen that they need to have energy, sustainability, reduction of the oil import bill. They also are looking at reducing the emission, footprint and the carbon footprint. So from that perspective, I think electric is a very, very efficient form of making a mobility solution. So I think there's nothing wrong in the government's desire and wish and the vision which they are having. So that's very good. Now, the only thing is that we are trying to make a complete change of the ecosystem from a liquid fuel ecosystem where people are very comfortable with having fuel stations, vehicles which are meeting that requirement, convenience of filling the fuel, and maybe also meeting in some way the economic parameters for them to use it as a mobility solution. So all of that needs to get transformed into a different kind of a ecosystem where it's electrical driven, where electric vehicle ecosystem needs to be put up, where charging infrastructure, charging at home, and also range has to be defined, and it has to be all of that has got to be packaged into something which is comfortable, convenient, affordable solution. So I think there is a transformation which is required again in that space, and I think that's something which we are all working as industry along with the government to understand the charging infrastructure requirement, range requirement, type of vehicle. Maruti itself has instituted a study research for consumer research, market research, infrastructure requirements, and so on and so forth. There are many questions today. Those need answers We may not get all of it, but we need to make a start somewhere.
And in fact, even with the hybrids, there could be the plug-in hybrids, which are again, which require all of this to happen.
Yes. So I think now, if you look at something which is beyond the, which doesn't require infrastructure, so then how do we do?
Hybrid.
So what is you can have an IC engine improved. You can have an IC engine with a electrification, which is called the hybrid, or you can have a level higher where it's a plug-in hybrid, which may not require a charging infrastructure. But all of this ecosystem can work. India is a growing market. We are going to go from 3.5 million to 6 million to 9 million by 2030. The government's vision is to have electrical mobility, electrification in some percentage in various segments by 2030, as much as possible. So now you can complement the hybrid, as you said, plug-in hybrid and strong hybrids, mild hybrids, and so on and so forth, and also electrical vehicles. All of this, and as they all follow same ecosystem of manufacturing, because similar kind of manufacturing the same suppliers make. So it's a good proposition for localization, make in India, and all of that. So I think there is a good potential which is there, which needs to be formulated, and a good policy framework is what I think industry is looking forward to. And I think the government is taking steps in that direction, and also working with the government for that, with the industry for that.
And having all of this happen like a bouquet will also allow you to make smarter investment choices.
Absolutely,
so,
and yeah.
Right, so from hybrid, let's go straight to all electric. You do have the other. That is the other thing I saw while I was in Japan, of course, at the Tokyo show.
Yeah.
So it's great to see the e-Survivor concept make a India debut at the Expo. Tell us more about it.
Well, we're calling this the face of Suzuki and Maruti Suzuki. So face is four-wheel drive, autonomous, connected, electric.
Yeah.
So all of that technology, it's a technology demonstration project. We believe that SUVs are going to grow in future. And today, maybe the off-roading is not being so, prevalent in India. But maybe in future, the four-wheel drive is going to become, penetration is going to increase. That's one. Second is that it is autonomous is something which is being talked over world over.
Eventually will happen.
Eventually somewhere it will happen, and also it may happen in certain levels.
Yeah.
And India, maybe we need to find some specific solutions for autonomous level 1, level 2 or level 3 kind of technologies. And of course connected, and for the young audience which we have, they are always connected on the phone, and they are working on 3 screens or 2 screens at any point of time.
Yeah.
So I think that's something which is there, and in this concept we have been able to show connectivity for the consumer, not just to vehicle to also vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to infrastructure. So that's the kind of concept which we have, and of course it is all electric because, but it's a different kind of concept. It has got inline four motors. So it's an all-wheel drive. That's how it helps in becoming an all-wheel drive.
And it becomes a more efficient and almost like an easier system for a four-wheel drive without having the actual four-wheel drive.
Yes, exactly.
So now, you know this of course because you've endured it. Every time we plan an interview or a chat, and then I go off in different directions and we keep talking. So before I do that, let me not lose sight of the fact that we are on Facebook right now, and I'm seeing here, I keep looking at my phone because there's lots of questions coming in. So feel free to keep adding your questions just on the comment section below this video as it's playing out. We'll try and take them, but let me go ahead and bring some of those questions to you. So you've touched upon this, but we've got Amar who's asking us what's the category of car for the Future S?
The Future S is, as I said very clearly, it is below the Vitara Brezza. It's a compact vehicle. So I think based on the response, we'll decide what kind of platform we are going to bring to take this on.
All right, and I have lots of follow-up questions in my head, so we'll talk separately. Priyal is asking if you had to give a one-line description of each car to the consumer, what will it be?
I think concept Future S it's a futuristic, and as far as the e-Survivor is concerned, we are saying it's the face of future mobility. And Swift is, of course, our tagline, be limitless.
Yeah, and we've seen the big ads in the papers as well now. So Aparna is asking, when will the electric car take over the automobile industry? Realistically,
well, I think, yeah, we talked about this, but some of the things which I mentioned about of developing an ecosystem and making it comfortable and convenient for the customer, as easy as it is for you to charge your mobile, or charge your mobile on the go.
Yeah.
I think that's something which, if it comes into the vehicle, it is of course we are on the way to electric.
Now, of course, the most obvious question, we are back to the Future S. So much curiosity around this car. SK Jain is asking, when can we expect it to go into production?
Well, as I said, we are through the Auto Expo trying to get a sense of how the customer is going to be attracted to a SUV-ish compact design, and based on that feedback, we'll be taking a future decision.
All right. And of course, you keep moving with the times. We're doing that. I mean, we didn't do this at the last Auto Expo.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Night Expo, live on Facebook.
Absolutely.
It's good fun.
Good fun.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Good to all.
There you go.
Well, so I've jumped into the expert seat over here, and we've got the beautiful and talented KUBBRA over here. She's, of course, a big celebrity in Bollywood, and she really is full of energy all the time and really passionate about cars. But I should stop talking and praising her because I have to go back home to my wife, and
Yeah, but I have
she's seeing
nobody else
that.
to go home to, so please go ahead.
So she's seeing this
ASHISH.
video, and she won't like me talking. So
Yeah.
I'll zip it up now, and she'll take over from here now.
Well, you know what, this actually happens very rarely when a host is interviewing a host. But the good thing is that you are not just the host, you're also the car expert. And the conversation we were having with Ashish, you know, tells me that he is, you know, like on the #2 list of YouTubers in the country. So trust me, when we talk about him, his word is the final word. You know, when it comes to cars. So tell me, how has your experience been at the Maruti Suzuki stand here at the Auto Expo 2018? You were there for all 3 launches.
I was there for all 3 launches, and without being biased, I'll tell you that it really has been a great experience. It really has been a phenomenal Auto Expo from Maruti Suzuki. And not only is the Swift really the showstopper, but if you go ahead and see the other cars, they're also superb, and especially the Future S concept and
the e-Survivor. It's quite fantastic, right? So you know what, on that very note, let's take a look at the TVC.
Limits. What limits? There are no limits. Forget limits. Be limitless. Yeah! The all-new Swift.
Okay, well, here we are. Something that you were just telling me a couple of seconds ago, that is, you have a very personal relationship with the Swift.
Well, a lot of people on my YouTube channel complain that I'm very biased towards the Swift and biased towards Maruti. Actually, don't blame me for being biased, just blame Maruti for making excellent cars and exceptional cars. And all their cars really are tuned for the Indian market, to be honest. They are perfect cars for the Indian customers because they're not only fuel efficient, they're good fun to drive, they're spacious and reliable as well. And my personal story with the Swift is that I got married in a Swift, and I have a Swift, and I have the first gen Swift.
So it also keeps you in tune for like a happy marriage.
Exactly, it does.
Right?
And that's the reason why I love the Swift, and I'm so, you know, enthusiastic about the new one. I really want to keep it. Most probably I'm going to buy this one and upgrade from my first gen car.
So, but tell me, what are the prominent features that have completely won your heart, and why do you think the all-new Swift is a class apart in the same category?
Well, I think the AGS technology which Maruti has introduced, it's something which is very, very hassle-free. And if you are someone who drives a lot in the city and you want a small car, you don't want a big car because...
parking is easy.
It is,
just driving around, swerving around is easy.
So that new AGS really is peppy to drive. It doesn't feel like an AGS. It feels like a very nice and very expensive automatic gearbox.
Nice.
And it's a very refined engine. The diesel engine also is pretty good. And fuel efficiency also is very strong. So you've got everything really. In fact, in my video also, when I drove it, I could not find any major reason which could be termed as a deal breaker.
Superb. So, well, talking about, you know, you taking the all-new Swift for a ride, how have you seen the safety features of the all-new Swift kind of ramp up to the rest?
Well, I was having a chat with Raman San yesterday, and I remember when the original Swift was launched way back in 2005.
Right.
It was launched at about 3.99.
Correct.
And the new one is 4.99, but the new one gets ABS as
Two
standard.
ABS, right?
Yes, two
Fantastic,
airbags,
yeah.
ABS, EBD, and ISOFIX seats, which the older car didn't have. And this car also has a much smoother, a much more fuel-efficient engine,
Right.
and it's nicer to drive as well because it's a lot more refined. So in terms of sheer value, it is a very good VFM product. It's superb value for money.
Oh wow, that's
is,
fantastic.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And since you spoke about the seats, I think
Yeah.
there is just so much more character that you know receives by itself. I mean, what meets the eye to start with. So just tell us a little bit about the interior features about this all-new Swift.
Well, I think I love the interiors. I love the dashboard, which is
Really
slightly
nice,
tilted
right?
towards the drive. I think it's a 5% tilt
Yeah.
on the center console.
Yeah.
The gauges look really exceptional.
Looks
They're
like
very
a
sporty.
cockpit, right?
It does. It does look like a cockpit. And in fact, you get that central tunnel across the, you know, it's divided, so you feel like you're sitting inside an aircraft. And the seats are truly sporty. They have very prominent bolsters on the side.
Yeah.
So if you are pushing your car into those
Yeah, so
hilly
you've got that
sections,
rest.
yeah, so you can really relax in the car. It's a very nice and relaxing car. I would stretch out my neck and say that the Swift has the best front seats in the business in this category and at this price point. It's definitely got the best front seats.
Wait, are you getting remarried in your new car?
No, I'm not getting.
No, in your you get to the same person.
That's a good idea.
That's a
actually.
good
Yeah,
idea,
yeah.
right? See, it's good if you're watching this
Yeah.
show this late. All right, so well, Sid, you know, it's now time for you to be grilled by our viewers' questions, and I promise you they'll be far more difficult than mine. So let's go ahead and see. Our first question is from Mantosh Haldar. So Mantosh says, what are the engine variants that the all-new Swift has?
Well, Mantosh, you get two engine options. There's a
Right.
1.2 petrol and there's a 1.3 diesel. But the new addition, of course, is that you get an AGS gearbox. It's an automatic gearbox that you get. And that really does help matters a lot. Now, the AGS, unlike a lot of other car manufacturers which have lower fuel efficiency, isn't low on efficiency. It has the exact same efficiency as the manual gearbox, which means that when you're going to on that long drive or when you're going to the fuel pump, you won't feel the pinch at all, even on the automatic. That's something which is new. And of course, that 1.2 petrol is really peppy. The 1.3 diesel really is strong on torque delivery. And overall, both these engines really are tried and tested and very good in terms of reliability. So really it is an overall, I would say.
Suzuki kind of by itself gels into the whole
Exactly, yeah,
reliability
exactly.
zone, right?
It's reliable, it's hassle-free, and it's a car which, I mean, you can buy with your eyes shut.
All
It's
right.
a no-brainer, really.
Well, we've got a question from Dubai, and this is from Jenish. Jenish says, how would it perform if we had to take it on an off-roading venture?
Well, Janice, the Swift isn't an SUV, but even for a hatchback, it's got decent ground clearance. I think
sturdy,
it's got
no?
about 163 mm of ground clearance, which isn't bad. It is decent. And as a first-generation Swift owner, I can tell you that you can take it on mild off-roading surfaces. You can take it on some badly patched-up roads, and you can, of course, take it on those riverbeds.
Basically, you can take it anywhere in our country, right?
You
That's what
can,
you
and
mean.
even if you take it on those riverbeds and stuff like that, of course you have to take care of ground clearance, but it will manage to take over them without any issues at all. It is a decent car for those off-road
Lovely.
tracks. Yeah.
We've got another message now from Akshay, but Akshay doesn't tell us where he's from. He says, tell us a little bit about the design language of the all-new Swift.
Well, I think if I had to describe the car's design in one word, that one word would be sporty. It really is a sporty-looking design. It's a very bold-looking design. And it's a design which, even it's just standing still, people will turn around and look at it because
right?
it looks.
You can't miss it. You
Yeah,
can't lose your car.
It really does stand out from a crowd of other premium hatchbacks. It
Yeah.
really is a looker, and it really is something which gets 5 out of 5 in my book, for sure.
Well, I think the endless lines kind
Yeah.
of just add to the whole tagline of the vehicle.
It looks like a
Limitless.
Swift, but it's new.
It just looks
So
really
you
nice.
can recognize
yeah.
that as Swift. It has that prominent design,
Yeah.
but it's a new Swift, and that is something which really stands out.
Lovely. So, well, you know what, Ashish, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you for having me.
And moving on, we're just going to go ahead and introduce our next speaker. But well, don't go anywhere because I'm going to play this really cool video for you. And in the meantime, keep watching us. Thanks, Ashish.
Thank you.
The 11th time Maruti Suzuki raised the Himalaya winner, one and only Suresh Rana, along with Murthy. Congratulations to you. T2 runner-ups, Mr. Sandeep Sharma and Karan Arya. Third runner-up in the category 4x4 Extreme overall goes to Mr. Dharampal Jangda to Sheikh Sultan.
They gave it all what they had, and the results are there for all to see. They are in the winners, and we are so proud of them, and we are very confident that they are going to do it in the years to come.
और बहुत ही टफ था और 80 किलोमीटर स्टेज है, लॉन्गेस्ट स्टेज थी स्ट्रेट की.
It's been tough on machine and man both.
इतना टफ टेरेन में ब्रेजा जो पहली बार चला रहे थे, बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेशर था.
रेड कंप्लीट करना ही एक अपने आप में प्राउड की बात होती है. प्रोफेशनल ड्राइवर्स के साथ हम थर्ड चल रहे हैं तो हमारे लिए तो विनिंग हो चुका है ऑलरेडी.
Yeah, out of 27, if you see 7-8 running and we are one of them, I don't think I need to say anything.
We're not even considered about timings. We're not fighting with anything. We're fighting with ourselves only.
सबसे बिगेस्ट विन है अभी तक की मेरी. प्राउड फील हो रहा है. हम 1 घंटे से विन की है.
We have done it.
You know, the day we go back, we start looking forward to come back again.
हमने काफी अच्छा परफॉर्म किया इसमें.
I have a very easy line to introduce you, and it's true because I'm going to be like, hey, hi Shams, how are you doing? Subha se leke Shams tak, Shams se leke raat tak. When that's exactly what you're doing, because you've just tuned into the Auto Expo night show, and this is like one of its kind presentation from the house of Maruti Suzuki. And well, if we talk about being cool, rugged, sporty, and on your toes, and if you have the need for speed, then you are speaking to the right expert, and that is Shams Nasri. Hello, hi, how are you doing?
Thank you so much for the lovely, lovely introduction.
Hey, no,
yes, yeah.
It's a pleasure. Well, I know you've been a part of the Maruti Suzuki family for a while.
Yes.
And you did take the new Swift out driving as well.
Yes, we did.
But,
Yeah.
you know, like keep that for, you know, another conversation. And, you know, tell us a little bit about what does it feel, you know, every time you speak about motorsport and Maruti Suzuki in the same breath?
Well, you know, to begin with, it's great that, you know, the company's biggest car maker
Right.
is giving so much push, the much needed push that is required to promote motorsport in our country.
Right.
I'm glad Maruti is doing it because
Yeah.
it's a sport that's been struggling for a very long time, you know. It has its share of fans and people love the sport,
Yeah.
but it requires backing.
Yeah.
And not too many automakers have done that.
Yeah.
And Maruti's been doing it wholeheartedly for so many years now. I mean,
They've been at it, no?
They've been at it like 3, I mean, they do so many events, short format, long format. Some of the toughest rallies anywhere in the country are all organized by Maruti Suzuki Motorsport.
Right.
So a lot of enthusiasts were looking for, you know, that one opportunity to show the talent or to, you know, to go out and explore in whichever format they want, because rallying involves different formats, you know.
Right.
If you like speed, you can do that. If you like navigation at a slower speed, you can do that as
Right.
well. So there's something in it for everyone. And Maruti has given them a good medium to go, have fun, express themselves,
Right.
and enjoy.
Oh, that's fantastic. So tell me something, you know, well, you've got a form of journalism that, you know, reviews just cars and automobiles and technology, but how different is motorsport journalism from the rest of it?
Well, you know, I do both, and I
Okay.
love doing both, but, you know, covering rallies for so many years now, I just love being there.
Right.
Of course,
so what is the thrill? What gets you excited?
of course, the speed.
Okay.
You know, it's all about speed, right? Rallying is about speed, and when we go as journalists to cover, say, a Maruti Suzuki Desert Storm or a Maruti Suzuki Raid the Himalaya, you have different categories. As I told you earlier, you have
Right.
the extreme
Yeah.
category where cars go as fast as they can, and there's other category which
Right.
is the adventure category where it's
Right.
time, speed, distance format. So they're not really fast. So we all prefer going to the extreme part of the rally so
Right.
that we get to see the faster cars in action, the fastest guys in action. So and some of the
Right.
And once you learn, once you know what's happening, then it's really enjoyable, because when you go over there for the first time, probably you'll maybe struggle a bit to understand, hey, what's happening here? Because, you know, there's so much to grasp, and, you know, who are these guys? What are they doing? What's happening here? I mean, why aren't the cars coming together? Why are they coming one after another? You know, people ask me that also. They don't.
Yeah.
So I tell them, no, this is not a race. This is a rally. Cars will come one after another, and then
because they left at different times.
Different times, and we look at
they're
the
still being clocked at the same time.
Look at the fastest time, and that's how rallying works. So as a journalist, you have to understand all these things. And most of the rallies take you to some really unknown places across the country. So if you go to the Himalayas for the Raid the Himalaya, or if you go to Rajasthan for the Desert Storm, and you know, there's a very high chance that you might probably get lost and not know where the rally is taking place actually. Especially in Rajasthan, I've got lost several times in trying to figure out, hey, where is the stage happening? Because rally has stages, right? It's not on all the time, so they have those particular stages in.
You need to complete it in that.
In the middle of the desert. So you need to have a GPS with you. You need to navigate through the right roads. You cannot go on the wrong path because you have to be at the right place at the right time.
Who do you depend upon the most as your navigator when you are taking part in an event like this?
So there are people in the fraternity. There are a lot of people who are wonderful navigators. Team Maruti Suzuki has quite a few.
I'm the worst. Never take me on a trip like this, ever.
So navigation is really important, and looking at the extreme category, you have to navigate at the highest speeds. So imagine a driver driving at 120 kilometers per hour, and he has to be absolutely alert on when the next turn is coming, and he has to take that turn. He cannot miss it. If he misses it, it's gone.
And also the trust that you need to have.
It's huge. It's huge. So if you're a navigator, for example, and if there's a Suresh Rana, who's Maruti's lead driver in all these rallies, if he's driving, probably your heart will be in your mouth, because the way he drives, especially in the Himalayas, it's just crazy. To look at him driving, it's amazing. It's like a thrill of a different level.
Can't you just see the passion just ooze out of his words? It's almost like he's giving us a live demonstration of how he is a motorsport journalist right here. I know you touched upon this earlier, Shams, but can you just tell us, you know, the whole association of Maruti and motorsport has been, you know, like dated. It's such a long history. So what would be like the highlights of this history that you would be able to share with our viewers?
See, for the longest time ever, if you ask, and this is not just for Maruti fans, you ask any rally driver who's taking part in rallies right from the 70s and the 80s all the way now to the 2015, 16s, and they say which is the most reliable car to use in a rally, they say it's a Maruti Gypsy. That's how much they rely on the Gypsy to perform well in the rallies, and they've tried several cars from other cars which they think will be one up on the Gypsy, but they've failed, because Gypsy is a perfect sort of a car that will give you the kind of performance or the results you're asking for. So in that sense, that's a huge role that Maruti's played. They've given you a platform to perform well in motorsport rallies. You look at the events they do. To do a 7-day long rally and survive through it physically, yourself,
mentally,
and of course mentally, and the vehicle survives. That's equally important.
Yeah,
right?
that's equally important.
You might be up for it, but your car would suddenly break down somewhere, and then you can't do anything. A Gypsy would survive through those 7 days because it can take all those terrains. You know, it has a 4x4 feature in it. It's great ground clearance, light body. You prepare it well for a rally, and it will do what you want it to do.
Great. Now we've got the E-Survivor as well, which is
that would be great to take to a rally.
That's going to be great, right? Okay, so tell me something. I know you touched upon this, and you spoke about having a great partner, having a great team. You even spoke about Rana. But tell me, what according to you would be the most successful traits of a rally team?
For rally team, see, quite a few. You have to love speed. I mean, you have to be almost like a maniac in terms of speed. You know, it's like, you know, don't show your talent out on the roads where other people are driving.
Just have your space, have your designated space.
Of course, safety is the key, but you have to have that, you know, that rush that's required within you. You have to be in the sport. You know, it has to be in your head all the time. You need to understand the vehicle really, really well. You need to know, you know, they always say that, you know, when you perform well in a rally, it's 50% you, the driver, and 50% the vehicle.
Car.
It cannot be either driver or the vehicle. It has to be a combination of both. So you have to make sure that how do you survive through it, and how do you make your vehicle survive through it. You have to choose the right vehicle. You have to make it survive well. Then you have to understand the terrain where you're driving. It's really, really important, because you look at
do a good geographical study.
There's something called a recce, right? Which drivers undertake before they actually take part in the rally. It's really important. They go through.
Do you do this immediately before, like?
Yes,
before
they do
the
it.
rally.
Yeah. They're given a particular time to do this, and then they go through the same routes because they make something called pace notes. So they don't know exactly which turn is there, at what speeds, what angles they can take that turn, how much slower they need to get. So you need to understand the terrains. You need to know how much the terrains can take your vehicle, how much the vehicle can take those terrains.
So you just don't.
It's so different. You look at the 3 cross-country rallies Maruti does. One is in the Himalayas, one is in the desert, and one is in the south in the Nilgiris. Completely different terrains, all 3 of them.
But that's the beauty of our country,
that's
right? You can do all these 3 terrains right
here. It gives you those options. So the driver to understand everything himself, the vehicle, the terrain, the weather, everything. Once you get a grasp of everything, you become perfect at everything. That's the only way you can succeed, especially in a long format rallies like
say the Desert Storm, for example. Lovely. You know, you spoke about the Gypsy, how reliable it is and how it is a motorsport enthusiast's favorite. What are the other fleet of cars that we can highlight?
So, Suresh Rana has been driving very successfully the Vitara Brezza for, sorry, not the Brezza, the Grand Vitara. The Grand Vitara, the earlier Grand Vitara which was there, and he's won quite a few rallies with the car. They call him the king of Himalayas. They say nobody can beat him because he belongs to Manali, and he's been given a great car and huge support by Maruti. So, you know, it's like the perfect combination.
He's a hero for us.
He's a hero because the talent is there within you, and then you have great support in terms of what Maruti gives you in terms of your backing financially, and of course gives you a great vehicle, great service, because in the middle of the Himalayas, if something happens to your car, there's a team right there waiting for you, service team, which will come and fix everything within a few minutes, and then again you're ready to go. So that's where the advantage helps. So the Grand Vitara has been doing really well. He's won rallies in it, and now we're seeing that the Brezza is also following in the footsteps because this car also has been taking part. It took part in the rallies this year and last year, the Himalaya, and it did exceptionally well. So, I mean, if you're looking for a very able successor to, say, the Gypsy or the Grand Vitara, you don't need to look beyond the Vitara Brezza, I think.
Okay, well, there you go. So, well, you've got your answers, and those were the questions we were asking them. Anyways, you know what? We can give you a scoop of the same experience right here at the Auto Expo, but we've got a very cool man who's going to take you through this experience, and that man's name is Shivan. So, join him and come right back.
Maruti Suzuki's Motorsport Zone. Man, this is a whole different experience and a different level of adrenaline just looking at this car. This is the Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza, and it's been completely modified and prepped for rallies like the Red Day Himalaya, like the Desert Storm. Now, talking about what else goes into prepping this car for rallies, I'm going to tell you about that. This is a low carbon steel cage. It's a roll cage, and this is going to keep the car safe. Now, you also have a circuit breaker right in the middle. You have a horn, you have 2 charging ports, and you have an aux lamp in the middle. Simplistic and, of course, focused for the rallies. Now, the gear and the steering wheel is, of course, modified as per a race spec vehicle, and you get a 6-point seat belt for safety. Now, a lot of things have gone into this car, and it has won a lot of accolades. Now, if we come outside, you see, you have a lot of graphics here on the car, which really give it that masculine appeal, which has been winning hearts and races in different rallies around the country. Now, I'll tell you, this weekend, Sandeep Sharma, Suresh Rana, and Samrat, our ace drivers, are going to be here over Saturday and Sunday, and you can interact with them because they are the reasons why Maruti Suzuki has these trophies, and they've been winning trophies for Maruti Suzuki all through these rallies. You can interact with them, you can win different merchandise, you can get it autographed, you can speak with them, you can take selfies with them and pick their brains on what it takes to be a rally driver. All this at the Maruti Suzuki Motorsport Zone. It's a must watch.
But I was telling Shams that my first so-called anchoring stint started off with motorsports, and I was on the drag meet circuit. I was in the drag meet circuit in Bangalore by Nandi Hills, and that's where I started hosting really. So what's your first memory of sports, motorsports?
Of motorsports. So right after college, when I started doing what I do, which is almost 10 years back, my first ever rally was actually the Maruti Suzuki Desert Storm.
No way.
So that's what I call as
How young were you then?
25.
Wow, okay.
So, so when I went for that rally, you know, the first thing I saw was that, you know, to be in this, you got to be really prepared to eat a lot of dust and sand and mud. So that that's something that you have to get used to when you cover motorsport.
Right.
I was standing in the desert trail with a lot of sand around you, and a car zooms past you at 100 kilometers per hour, and all you get is a lot of sand on your face, and you can't do anything about it. And then you get used to it because if you love the sport.
So wait, so this brings me to my next really important question. Is the Desert Storm a good start if you want to start your career in motorsports? Or do you have any other recommendations, or what would be the right choice to get a career in motorsports?
Well, I would say that, these are long format rallies. They require a lot of preparation and they require a lot of mental and physical strength.
Okay.
So these take around 7 days to complete.
Right.
So it's easier if you start with shorter format rallies. Like what Maruti also does is that they do a series of events called autocross and auto freeze, which are only single day events. You come, you drive your car around a nice, maybe a kilometer long circuit. And then go back home in the evening, and if you're fast enough, of course you win prizes as well. So it helps you to test how good you are with this in terms of how fast can you take your car, how much control do you have over your car's handling, because that is really required, because you cannot go slower in this format. So that's a great option to do. Then of course you have things like karting, where you can practice a little bit more about motorsport and your navigation skills. And then, as I told you, once you graduate to longer formats, before you actually go to the extreme part of the high speeds, you can start testing yourself with the time, speed, distance formats.
Oh, nice.
So what they do is that they give you a book that you have to follow, and they only tell you speeds at which you can drive. You cannot go faster, you can't go slower. So you only have to reach.
Okay, so what's the purpose of it? Like, how do you know if you have won or not? The aim of motorsports is to win, right?
Yeah, so this is called time, speed, distance, and you don't know where you're going. So all you know is that, say, after a few kilometers you have to turn right, after the next few kilometers you have to turn left, and that's it, nothing else.
It's like playing a game of
It's like playing a game. So and they have these time checkpoints after every few kilometers.
Okay.
So if you go wrong, if you take the wrong turn, if you go in the wrong direction, you of course miss a time checkpoint, and therefore you get penalty points. So you have to reach at any particular place at a particular time, and that has to be the right place. You reach faster, you get higher penalty points. You reach slower, you still get penalty points.
You reach on time.
So you reach on time, and this has to happen throughout the day, because
what if you have traffic right at your checkpoint?
Yeah, so you have to see. So you know that they give you an average speed. So you have to you have to factor in all those things.
Right.
So if you think that there will be traffic, you go slightly faster in the emptier open stretches.
It's all in the
there's a lot that the navigator has to do. The driver is almost like a puppet there. Navigator has to do a lot of calculations. Those formulas you learned in school about distance equal to speed into time, and all those things are on your head all the time. And of course navigating as well. And then the one who gets the least amount of points, of course, points is the winner. So that gives you an idea, because you drive on the same terrains.
So that's something like the handicap you have in golf, right? Least number of points.
Of course, the least number of shots required to putt into the hole.
Okay, and so by the way, I should let you know that the last question that you actually answered was by one of our Facebook viewers, and his name is Deepak, and we've got another one, and this one's by Vinita, and Vinita says, are there any motorsport events for women or for families?
Of course, they keep happening all the time. So even if you look at the rallies done by Maruti Suzuki, you have a separate class for women to participate in. So there's a separate category there for you. And then, as I told you, in the time, speed, distance format, you can get your entire family into your car. So there's no restriction there. You can have 4 people in the car, you can have 3 people in the car. You of course require a minimum of 2 people in the car, but you can have more people in the car as well. And that will give your entire family a free
chocolate bars and
so it's like giving you that. It's a combination of giving you that holiday feel. You're out on a road trip with your family, plus you're competing in a rally. So it comes with that added challenge of that you have a target to achieve at the end of the day. So you can do that, and then of course if you when you start off, then women can of course take part in things like karting, as well as your single day formats, which is autocross.
All right. So tell me, how do you prepare yourself mentally in terms of safety of motorsports? I mean, how do you design your car? How do you take care of the gear you wear? Like, what is the kind of preparation in terms of safety that goes into motorsports?
There's a lot that goes into it. The governing body of the sport in the country, which is FMSCI, has very clear rules which really talk about, which give really high priority to safety. Safety is integral, and every participant still signs a bond which says he knows he's taking part in this sport despite knowing it's dangerous.
So there's like an indemnity
you
form
sign
that
it.
is signed.
Even we as journalists sign it, because we out there shooting, a car is coming towards us at high speed, so we have to be prepared for any eventuality. So sometimes what happens is that a steering wheel would fail, suddenly the car would be coming towards you. You have to just move out of the way of the car as soon as you can. So that's one thing. But coming back to what you were saying, there's a lot that you have to follow. There's an entire checklist given to the drivers. So before every rally starts, there's a scrutiny that happens where a team of scrutineers from the organizers check everything with respect to what you're wearing. So you have to be wearing a proper racing suit, which is fireproof, absolute essential. Of course, gloves, you have racing shoes, so your entire body is properly covered, it's safe. You wear regulation helmets which comply to all the regulations, so you are completely safe. And then there's so much that is done inside the car. So the car, of course, if it has to go fast, it has to be as light as possible. That's the idea of having a, I mean, the only way you can. So you
want to take off
so reduce the weight. So what you look for, see behind, or all the Maruti Gypsies or the Grand Vitaras or even the Brezza will not have an air conditioner inside them, because you reduce the weight. So whatever you can, you remove the seats, you remove whatever you can, you make it as light as possible. And then very important, you put a roll cage inside the car, which you must have seen. Those iron bars that go all around the car, on the roof, on the sides. So what happens is, even if your car turns turtle, which happens
it doesn't get affected.
Which happens a lot in motorsport, it happens all the time. So it goes, even if it falls down the mountain, you are safe inside the car. That's the idea. So whatever happens to the car, your car and you have to be safe. That's how it is. And then of course, a lot other things like, fire safety and all your, it's a given that all your lights, horns, indicators are all working fine, because all that is checked. Even if one small thing is not working, if your horn is not working, if one of your indicators is not working, they will not let you take part in the motorsport event. They're very.
And do they do a check before this, before you get
Yes, of
on
course.
the track? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, of course. That is what scrutiny is. That day one of every motorsport event is scrutiny. It's they go through it in a very detailed manner. They come with that entire checklist, and at the end of it, when they check all the boxes, then only you're given this one sticker, which is the scrutiny OK sticker. Only that would give you the license to go ahead and take part in the event.
Wow.
Safety is really important for them.
At the end of this conversation, I'm really I feel terrible that this is the end of this conversation, but I give you a scrutiny OK green sticker, because this has been a great conversation. So thank you, Shams, for speaking to us. And the good part about this entire conversation is that now, if you are a viewer and you have had any sort of, an interest towards motorsports, now you know that it is meant for you as well. It's actually meant for anyone. All you have to do is consider your safety points, consider, the right format that you want to start with, and of course rely on Maruti, because we're pioneers and we'll give you every experience in the motorsport division. But you know what? We're going to say bye to you now. Thank you very much. And we're going to show you this video. So watch this video and come right back. They'll stick around.
I think we need perspective.
Okay, so you know what? He was actually telling us, so wait, before we tell you what he was telling us, let's say hi to Siddharth Sharma, who's the editor of Auto and Technology, CNN News 18. Hi, Sid.
What's up?
I was about to call him Mr. Sharma and all that stuff, and I'm like, hey, no, he's Sid.
Yes, absolutely.
He's so hybrid. So you know what? This is exactly what we're going to talk about in this very segment. And before I can ask Siddharth a question, Siddharth was asking you a question, and that was why? Why do we have the technology segment right at the end? Should have it right in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I just needed some perspective.
Yeah.
Because we always save the best for the last, I guess.
Right.
Yeah,
right. That's exactly what you're doing.
The desserts are for the last.
Exactly. So if you've just joined us, trust me, you've joined us at the right time. So Siddharth, let me ask you something. You've been here at the stand since morning, and I've been told by little birdie that you used the I Create experience and you created and configured your own car. So tell us a little bit more about that.
First, I really want that car in reality.
Okay.
So it's a very unique system that, unique technology at the Auto Expo booth. So if you're coming here, you should definitely try it out yourself. It's basically, you can create your own customized Maruti Suzuki car. And what you do with it is basically choose your interior color, choose your exterior color, and you can mix and match. And
do you also get to choose your engine?
Yes, you can choose your engines as well. Only the ones that are available, of course. But the thing is that, yes, it comes with some really fancy and garish colors as well. And we've seen a lot of garish colors, right?
Yes, we have.
In our lives,
Yes, we have. At least on my eyelids, I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of garish color cars as well.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, people really love to customize their cars.
Yeah.
There are a few...
the matte thing, I remember, was like in vogue once upon a time.
Yes. Right? So matte finish is something that you see a lot of guys doing these days. Sadly, our country does not have that kind of weather, and jo gaadi saaf karne wale kapde hote hain, wo bhi, those are also very not...
750 rupees a month to clean my car.
Yeah, but he...
I can't rely
But he must be using the same cloth on every car that he cleans. Yeah. So matte finish is not that great an idea, but look at the glossy ones. Look at the
beautiful.
Swift. Look at the Swift behind us. The red color is just fiery, man. It's just fiery. You can just customize it.
It's just so, there's something nice. It's bold, it's sporty. And I really like the tagline by itself, it says, hey, it's limitless.
It's limitless. And kudos to Maruti, to do something for the second time and doing it right and better is something that a lot of companies don't do.
They've been consistently getting it right.
No,
that's commendable.
A lot of companies don't do that, We were really hoping that, they do something big, and there you go. Voila, you have the Swift out there.
So we were having this conversation about the Swift, about how it's the 3rd generation vehicle, but it's built on a 5th generation platform. Yeah. And since we're talking about technology, would you like to throw some light on that?
Well, it comes with a hard tech platform, and it's a reinforced, stronger body platform. They never told us what they did with the suspension. We actually had the chance to drive the Swift in the ghats of Lonavala, and we were gunning it. We were doing some nice corners and all, and the car just stuck, to its lines, and it's just beautiful. In a way, Swift for me, because I also personally had a Swift. I had the 1.3 liter one, the first generation Swift. It was a beautiful car. It was a very powerful car, and
Ashish mentioned he got married in that car.
Yeah, I did not get married in that car, but
just letting you know. It's just like a matter of conversation.
It was a young boy's car that time. Don't go by the grey on my head. But yeah. So the thing was that I enjoyed that Swift, and when the second when they changed the engine on it, of course it gave you great fuel efficiency and all. But then it became more like a city car, and it was good for commuting, but it didn't have that punch that I was looking for. And when we drove the 3rd generation Swift, wow, they've got it bang on. I was smiling all the time, and I really loved the petrol manual transmission. Of course, we'll talk about a lot about AGS transmission and all that.
Which is my favorite personally.
Yeah, but
I'm a lazy driver.
But somehow, of course, AGS is convenient,
it's
amazing.
Convenient, right? Especially when you're driving in the city.
But if you love driving and if you plan to buy one of those, I would definitely say that you buy the manual petrol. It's brilliant.
Okay.
I mean, hats off to that
Done.
car. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done. Well, you know what? We've had Sid, who went and experienced with the whole, customizing of his dream car at Maruti Suzuki. So you shouldn't be actually just watching us from this far. You should actually be visiting the stand so you can experience this feature for yourself. But let us take you and introduce you yet again to Shivan, because he has a very cool experience to share with you.
You go there.
Yay!
KUBBRA, I can't wait to tell everyone about this I Create configurator, which is here at the Maruti Suzuki Arena. Now, see, the thing is that when we go out to buy a car, a lot of times when you go to a showroom, you don't find the car that you're looking at in all the colors that you are probably thinking of buying or considering. The best thing to do at that point is what Maruti Suzuki has offered us now. You can configure your car and customize your car without even going to the showroom. And You can actually do that sitting at home, and you can also do that if you're at the showroom and you're not finding the car in the color that you want. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the 50-inch touch screen, which is going to be there in all Maruti Suzuki Arena showrooms, and you can also access this at home. It's a touch screen. You press on it again, and it's going to take you to your car of choice. Now, the best thing is that this is a 3D version of your car, and you can flip it just the way you want to see it, from the top, from behind, from the sides, from everywhere. If I want to change the color of this car, I can very simply press. Now, if I want to change the shade again, there you go. Now, if I want to enter the car, I need to just press on this and it will take us inside. Now, everything inside is customizable. I just need to press on these touch buttons and here we go. I can change my styling just the way I want. I don't want to go back and it takes me back here. If I want to look at the options that I have for the bottom, the door sill guard. Now I can change it the way I want. If I want to have Vitara Brezza written on it, that's what it's going to look like. If I want to change it further, that's what it'll look like. And everything else inside the car can be customized as well. You can have a 3D look of the complete car and what it's going to look like inside. You want to change the shades, you want to change the interiors, everything is available. You can simply save the build that you've made and add the name. KUBBRA, I'll put your name. I'm assuming you're also going to be loving the options that I've given you. And this is the preview of your car. And there you go, you continue. And you will also get a complete price of the car that you're going to get. Now, the best thing is that you are going to get the complete price of all your accessories and the car together. This is a perfect combo of offline and online because you can do this sitting at home. You needn't even go to the showroom. So it's a lot of what you call sahuliyat. It's a lot of convenience, and I think that's a great thing which Maruti Suzuki has brought. And anyone who's coming to the stall, just come here at the arena and you're going to find the iCreate configurator at the Maruti Suzuki.
Just like, you know, just go off the script and get things going, just like the camera is rolling right now. And I have to say, oh ho ho, that was so amazing, because that's on the script. But no, we're just, you know, completely taking this off script and saying, you know, for an exclusive one-on-one experience, a touch feel, because there is nothing that beats, you know, you experiencing this in person, then I would personally invite you. Sid, do you want to personally invite them as well?
Yeah, you should definitely visit the...
Because I know you're coming back on Sunday.
Yes, I'm here all the days, so you can catch up with me as well.
You just tweet and say, hey, where are you, man? And
yeah, it's actually Sid and Chips, so it's
wow,
like,
Sid and Chips.
Yeah, so that's
we've got lunch planned for sure.
Yes.
Okay, good. So well, there you go. You know, now let's just go ahead and ask you some questions. And one of the questions that's kind of intriguing and kind of haunting me is the fact that every car today is coming up with DRLs, LEDs, projector lamps, auto lighting mechanism. Are these mandatory?
They're certainly, well, headlights of course are mandatory, but you know, LED, DRLs, you know, automatic headlamps, all of those things are not mandatory.
Correct.
But they're here right now.
Experience.
It's more about, I would say it's more about the intuitiveness of the car. If the, you know, these are small technology things that are available right now in 2018. They were available last year or last to last year as well. And look at DRLs. You know, DRLs are something which are on during day, and it actually helps a lot of people. You know, while driving, they are on their smartphones and all, and they don't pay attention. But when they look at the rear view mirror, they see a light sometimes, and then their attention is grabbed. I'm not saying that
it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
But DRLs also add to that safety value on a car. And when you talk about not just DRLs or projector headlamps and all, the throw of the light is so good these days on cars. Initially, remember during the old days, people used to go to aftermarket, get some fog lamps, or put those yellow films.
You don't need all that extra stuff.
So the lighting on cars these days are just brilliant, you know. And you know, the new Swift has DRLs and LED projector headlamps. Brilliant.
What does DRL stand for? I'm really sorry. This is a very
daytime running lights.
Daytime running lights.
दिन में जलती हुई lights. So you know, in like when you talk about bikes, you know, in a lot of countries, a DRL, you can say, or a light constantly remains on a bike.
Do you remember the time when we, like, when I was in school and so I would ride a bike, or like, people would do this to us?
Yeah, so it's just an attention grabbing thing to other motorists who get to know that you are coming, or if they are not paying attention to the road, they can see, and something that catches their attention.
Something that catches
their attention. It's definitely a safety and a value added thing, and they're just brilliant. It's amazing, you know. Maruti is doing it almost on all their cars.
On all their cars, right?
On all their cars, and we hope to see better lighting technology also come up. And same thing with the rear tail lamps as well.
Right.
You know,
people. Yeah, that red is always.
Yeah, so
it's an indicator. It's
no, indicator is different.
No, I mean it's an indicator of
so
knowing that you're on.
So even in fog, you know, that light actually kind of pierces through, and you can see that there's an obstacle or a car in front of you. It's an indication. Yes.
Correct. Okay,
of
that's
course,
what
a
I was
car
trying
comes
to
with
say.
an indicator.
Correct.
Left, right, and parking.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Thank God it does. All right.
Yes.
So I'm going to try to kind of play around with the word player. I don't know how apt I'm going to be with it, but considering the fact that our new generation cars today have this cockpit sort of a feel to it, so I'm just going to like kind of compare that to the thrust and the kind of output a booster jet engine should have, the kind of impact. So tell me, what is the booster jet engine? Did that wordplay work?
In a way, yes.
It did, okay.
In a way, it does. Good attempt.
A good attempt.
Full marks for attempt.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
E for effort.
E for effort.
Okay.
No, A plus hai yaar.
A plus.
So see, the thing is, let me first address you know, what she meant by the cockpit-like feel. Initially, when you sat inside a car, all you got was like a couple of AC vents.
Correct.
You got a steering wheel, of course, and all you got was a speedometer with a fuel system, right? So that was about it. Then came the tachometer, then came, you know, all those computers on board which told you how much distance you've ran, how much time you've spent driving, fuel efficiency, you know, fuel efficiency by variable fuel efficiency on the long run. So that all system came in, and then came the central console. Now you must have seen, like on a lot of cars, you see very good quality touchscreen infotainment systems out there. And then what they did was, just to get the slight cockpit kind of a feel, first SF, it used to be like flat, right?
Correct.
So that the guy sitting behind could actually see it.
Nice.
But then they said, you know, the driver also wants to engage. So they gave a slight tilt towards the driver, saying, you know, the cockpit's going to wrap around you.
That's what Shams was talking about, the 5-degree tilt.
Yeah, so the cockpit just wraps around you, and you feel like, yeah, man. Like,
this is my space.
Yeah, this is my space. You know, even if you're with your girlfriend, your wife, your kids, you know, you still feel like, they're there, but you know, I'm in my own zone.
Right.
So it certainly adds to a certain degree of driving pleasure. And to add to that, you have the booster jet engine. Was that good wordplay?
Was that
a good story?
That was a very good story.
So to add to that, yeah. So to add to that, you get the booster jet engine. So you get your normal engine. Right. A normal engine is usually a gasoline powered engine or a diesel powered engine, and if you go to elementary physics, they'll tell you a petrol engine has a spark plug, diesel engine is pressurized with injectors and all that, and burns on its own, whatever. This is all tech gyan.
Yeah.
But a booster jet engine is a direct injection engine. It's a turbo powered engine. So what it does is it's compact. It's lightweight, so it reduces the weight on the car as well. It's more sturdy, and you know, it just gives you the kind of torque and acceleration that might thrill you if you're not Michael Schumacher or you know,
no,
a race driver.
I think there is a need for speed in everyone.
Yes. So
we just have it.
So there's something called power to weight ratio, right?
Right.
So you can put a big 1,000 horses of engine inside a car, and it'll go fast. But if you put the same thing inside a tank, it might not go that fast. So the booster jet engine is compact. It's lightweight. It reduces the weight of the car. So a normal Maruti has a booster jet engine on the Baleno RS that they came out with last year. I really hope that, this is my personal wish, that they really come out with a booster jet on the new Swift.
Swift as well?
Yes.
Did I create that?
No. So yes, I would love to see that. This year, I hope this year I love to see that.
Okay.
And because if the petrol manual is amazing, I just can't imagine what the booster
booster jet would be like. Wow.
So yeah, so with that cockpit feel, with that booster jet engine, you have your own space and you're in your own zone of driving. But that doesn't mean that you don't pay attention on the road.
Yes, please, and definitely no cell phones. Like definitely, and seatbelts.
And seatbelts.
Seatbelts all the time. Okay, talking about like safety and the booster jet. Tell me something about the hybrid engine.
So, see, we were talking before we started, right?
Correct, we were.
So, she was asking me that what excited you at the Auto Expo, or does these things that...
Yeah, he's been around here for 12 years now.
Yeah, so most of the cars that you see around here, they've come out with 2 new concepts. And every year you see manufacturers come out with concepts.
Correct.
And you wonder, when will they make it for me to buy? And I saw a lot of people who came in today. They saw the concepts over here, and the first question that they would ask the exhibitors out here, or even the guy who's securing the place, is, "Bhai sahab, ye launch kab hogi?"
Correct.
But those are concepts, right? And what happens is that all these concepts actually become reality. Same thing with the smart hybrid engines. We saw hybrid engines a long time back, and we thought, wow, great, green engines, fuel economical engines, they will save our environment and all that. It took some time for them to come to India, and Maruti was one of the first players to get it in India as well. They have it on the Ciaz, they have it on the newly launched S-Cross, and even on the Ertiga, like they came out with their smart hybrid engine. And what a smart hybrid engine is that it has an electric powertrain as well. Okay. So that basically supports the car to move to a certain distance without fuel, or support the engine while you need power. And trust me, smart hybrid engines are powerful, contrary to popular belief, and they're fuel economical. And somehow I don't want to create a political scenario over here or anything like that, but I think before we go electric,
it's Facebook.
Yeah, but before we go electric, a smart hybrid would have been the natural choice. Had we just been smart hybrid first, and then think about electric. What we're doing is we're just skipping the step.
Yeah.
And
it took us so long to even accept the automatic gear system. So I guess we take our time to thaw,
So this is what I say, consider technology as a space.
Right.
All right. Most of us, when computers came in, you and me have grown up with things like a PC,
a proper PC,
desktop
like
PC.
box,
Then we got a laptop. Then we got those Blackberries and smartphones of the world, and then we moved to a smartphone, right?
Right.
And what has that done is that maybe our generation of people experienced all of those things, and then when you see the newer generation, they've completely skipped the desktop.
It's done,
right?
Yeah.
But something like that does not work for automobiles, because an automobile is, I always say, it's the second most important buy in anyone's life.
It's true.
The first is always the house, the second is the car. And they want to spend time with their car.
Right.
And here is India pushing for electric first. It's a great idea. We don't have the infrastructure for it.
We were speaking about that too.
The car makers have the capability for providing,
they have the infrastructure to make it, but we don't have the infrastructure to sustain it. Yeah.
Because we need, I think we need a mentality check or a mental frame check, that we need to accept either new technology in one go, or go progressive.
Right.
So smart hybrid should have been the natural choice. There've been a lot said about it, but yeah, I still believe.
But you are pro smart hybrid.
I'm pro smart hybrid. Right now, it completely makes sense for a country like India. Absolutely.
Okay.
Electric, yes. 2020, 30, whatever the plan is, it's still far.
Lovely.
Probably next Auto Expo.
Next Auto Expo.
Yeah.
Done. Super. But you know, that brings us to my favorite section, and that is where we are going to be like spinning at you some Facebook user questions, and they're actually also on Facebook and Twitter. So once from Twitter, Aditya Raj, he says, tell us a little bit about the AGS technology, which you wanted to speak about.
Yeah, so an AGS, you want to ask me what the full form is? So the full form of it.
Automatic gear system.
Automatic gear shift.
Hey, same.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Not bad.
Don't make
a
meme out of it.
automatic and gear.
Yes.
So I got like 90%.
90%. You got it all.
90% I got.
So see, you've communicated it right. That's what matters. लोग इधर से उधर बाल की खाल उखाड़ते हैं वो बात छोड़ो. But yeah. So
especially on Twitter.
Especially on Twitter and Facebook, which is great. It's constructive feedback in a way. So an AGS is a technology which is an automatic gear shift technology. Maruti got it over here. A lot of people also call it AMT, automated manual transmission. So what it is that you don't have a physical clutch. So you have you don't have a third pedal to press.
This guy is chilling.
So yeah, this guy is chilling.
This guy is chilling.
There's another saying: your left foot is dead foot.
It's amazing. What a feeling.
So
and this left hand is also free. I love it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing.
But that left hand should be on the steering wheel as well. Not for coffee. It should be on the steering wheel as well. And you should look ahead, of course, while driving.
And no phones in seat belts.
So,
yes,
so an AGS technology eliminates the clutch, and all you get are just two pedals, brake and accelerator. But having said that, an AGS technology also gives you an option to go manual.
That little shift, that little...
You just flick it.
Right.
You just flick it either to the right or the left, depending on the car that you're driving. And then you go plus for a gear up, minus for a gear down, and then you can enjoy your drive. And you can have that manual car experience as well whenever you want to. An AGS in today's day and age actually makes a lot of sense. A lot of people are trying to go fast. We generally don't follow speed limits in this country, and that's another problem.
जगह कहाँ है? क्या speed limit तोड़ोगे?
So that जगह कहाँ है का जवाब ये है कि मैं average speed अगर if we take out of a normal everyday car driver or a commuter,
60.
That's too high. I would rather say 40. It's 30.
Okay,
I've actually done this test. I once cycled from my home to office.
And you reached faster?
And I reached faster.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So yeah, and I made some health as well in that process. Yeah, but having said that, let's not go off topic over here. But having said that, you don't drive that fast and with urban cities coming up, Mumbai, Delhi, traffic situations bad, and of course Maruti gives you a lot of gadgets inside to play around with, of course, but you don't want to tire your left foot, because
and especially considering the situation we're in, and it takes you like say a comfortable 45 minutes. I'm saying because now you've kind of numbed to the fact that it's 45 minutes by bare minimum.
Yeah, for a 10 to 15 kilometers.
Isn't it? So like 45 minutes to like an hour.
Yeah.
And you really don't want this for 45 minutes.
So it's just convenient.
Right.
And and if you want to like drive fast, have fun, just put it in the manual mode and have fun. And contrary to popular belief again,
the petrol consumption or the fuel consumption basically,
it really does not affect that much.
That much, or does not affect?
Does not affect. I've hardly found a difference. Of course, if you're driving in manual and going like with the full rev meter on, of course you're not going to get any fuel efficiency out of it.
Correct.
But
But if you stick to automatic,
it's fuel efficient.
Because it's a smart car. It decides when to shift its gear.
Absolutely. It reads the speed that you're going at, when you're braking, and they've got like all sorts of intelligent systems inside. So
lovely. I'm so glad that on 2 occasions in this one little conversation, about this one segment that we spoke of, you mentioned smart, infotainment. You spoke about smart, stuff, and you need to tell me a little bit about the smart infotainment and the Apple CarPlay that we have. Just throw
Do you
some
use an
light.
iPhone?
I do.
What iPhone do you use?
7S.
7S.
I'm hanging my head in shame. Apparently, I should have X'd my life.
It's called the 10. It's not called the X.
Why isn't it the X?
It's a Roman 10.
Hey, hold on. Let's just... Oh!
It's a Roman 10.
God damn it.
It's a Roman 10.
Let's just talk about the Apple CarPlay, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know...
Such an apple-orange comparison.
Well, so what happens is that as we spoke earlier on this Facebook Live, that a lot of kids, a lot of even young people and old people are on their mobile devices all the time. If they have an AGS car, they have their left hand free. They're driving like this, probably clicking a selfie. Don't do that.
No, don't.
Don't do that.
You're the one giving them ideas. Can you stop doing that?
No, I'm just saying
He's
what...
playing like devil's advocate.
I'm just saying what I've seen.
11 o'clock in the night.
I'm just saying what I've seen, you know. So that's what it has been.
Right.
So the idea of an Apple CarPlay or an Android Auto or a mirror link inside a car is for you to put both your hands on the steering wheel and forget about the phone.
Okay.
You know, so initially a lot of...
And everything's here anyways.
Everything's here anyways. You know, if you have to pick up a call, it's there.
Yeah.
And what happens is that, you know, a lot of car makers tried with voice guidance and all as well. But somehow technology companies make it the best.
Right.
Right? So you have the Siri on...
Who can never understand anything I say? Most of the time.
iPhone 7. Probably. So yeah.
By the way, this question was from Preksha.
So yeah, so what happens is that all you have to do is there's a nice USB port inside the car. You get it on the new Swift, you get it on the Desire, you get it on the Brezza, Ciaz, the Works. What you have to do is just take your USB, plug it into that, and put your Thunderbolt cable inside your phone, right? And the phone and the car will just be one. It's like a perfect marriage of technology, you know, and it shows that it'll start, your phone actually goes in the CarPlay mode. So Apple came out with CarPlay for you to not fiddle around with your phone when you're driving.
When you're driving.
And what it does is it gives you access right on the screen, right on the infotainment screen.
Like for your music?
Yes, for your music, it gives you access to only selected apps. So you won't be able to Facebook, you won't be able to Instagram, you won't be able to do this Facebook Live like this, yeah. But you'll be able to make a phone call, you'll be able to send a text message through Siri, you'll be able to, you know, you don't even have to read the message, you can just ask the Siri to
read it for you.
And on the car speakers, it reads it for you. And of course, one sad thing in India is that it's a licensing issue or whatever, that Apple Maps is not here.
Yeah.
But that's okay, you know, I'm pretty sure you know where you're going.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
Once that also integrates, you don't even need navigation system inside your cars. So all you have to do is just plug in your iPhone and voila, there you go. Same thing with Android Auto as well. It's just convenient. It's just a safety thing for you to not fiddle around with your smartphone. So 3 things you should do. You should keep your eyes on the road. Second is not fiddle around with your phone. And third is you should always wear a seat belt and ask the one sitting next to you, ki pehni kya? Right?
Super plug that was. Unbelievable plug that was.
Yeah.
But like a good plug, right? Okay, I know you mentioned this before. I think you mentioned the Ertiga, but we've got a question again from Rajiv who says, mention the cars that run on the smart hybrid engine.
So,
no, not the Ertiga, you said the...
Yeah, Ertiga.
Oh, the Ertiga.
Ertiga does come with the... So it's on Maruti as well as Nexa cars. So Ertiga has a smart hybrid. You get the smart hybrid on the Ciaz, and you also get the smart hybrid on the new S-Cross. That one I really like, but that's a very good car.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for having this lovely conversation with us.
Great.
Thank you for giving me so many A+. I feel like I went back to school and I graduated with flying colors. Thank you very much for teaching me so much and teaching them so much. I hope you enjoyed this chat with me as much as I enjoyed having this chat with you.
Absolutely.
And I'm done with my formality. I'm going to say thank you, Sid. It was
Cheers,
a pleasure, man.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for
having
me.
Thank you for watching, because we're going to take you now into the Nexa world, or the world of Nexa. So go watch this video and come right back.
July 2015 saw the launch of an automobile retail experience that transformed perceptions. and reflected the changing attitudes of the Indian automobile consumer. Today, the Nexa experience has become synonymous with the design and style of the cars it retails, as well as a buying experience that is a new benchmark for the Indian automobile industry. Nexa is fast becoming a landmark on the urban Indian landscape. Over 100 showrooms have come up in premium locations across the top cities in India. And over 2,500 relationship managers are serving the new age Indian consumers, extending to them a premium and seamless Nexa experience. One that is transforming their car buying experience into a lifelong relationship. Welcome to Nexa.
We were just discussing about which camera to look at so that you know I have my full attention and full eye contact with you. So welcome back. I have no other celebrity guest with me, but yes, I'm sure by now you've already understood and got like a lovely lowdown on what you can expect if you are visiting the Auto Expo and you see us at hall number 9 at the Maruti Suzuki stand. Hi again. Okay, now we're going to move to the Nexa wall. What is this Nexa wall? I mean, this is the place where we go beyond cars, engines, and we dwell into exciting experiences, right? So let us take you to the Nexa wall and let us show you the kind of experiences one can have when you walk in. And now that's important. You need to walk in to be able to experience the Maruti Suzuki Nexa wall, because this is really cool and this is happening right here at the Auto Expo 2018. Shivan, over to you. Wow, I'm hungry. Shit.
As a brand, you see, it's not just about selling cars, it's much more than that, and there's been intense amount of research which has gone into this brand. And what has come from those researches is that there are 3 major experiences which you attach with Nexa. One is music, there is journey, and there is lifestyle. I'm going to take you through each one of these experiences one by one. If you can come with me a little closer. So Nexa Music Lounge is about giving Indian musicians a platform on a global stage, and that whole musical experience then trickles down to the end consumer. This is what Nexa Music is all about. Next we come to journeys. Now you see, when you travel, it's not just about going from point A to point B. There is a journey involved in it. When you take a journey, when you have one, there are stories that come out of it. Those stories, when narrated over time, become memories. And Nexa has paid a lot of attention and given deep thought to this initiative. Why? Because, you know, the technology that goes behind a vehicle, the design of that vehicle, all of this comes together in the experience that you get from a drive, and that experience gives you those stories which become memories over time. So this is the experience that follows when you are in a Nexa vehicle. And coming from those experiences, I'm going to take you further to the third experience that comes from a Nexa vehicle. That's the Nexa lifestyle. You see, the car you drive speaks a lot about you. The accessories that you have in your car, they speak a lot about you. They speak volumes about who you are as a person. And Nexa gives in a lot of thought to that. So it's about international standards which are brought into these cars. That's what Nexa is about. It's about fashion trends from around the world which are brought into these cars. That's what Nexa cars are all about. And that is what gets incorporated in every Nexa vehicle. So that's the third experience that we have, and all of this comes together to give you a very, very unique experience when you are driving one of these vehicles. And talking about unique statements and unique experiences, I'm going to give you another one standing right here, because here at the Nexa wall we have an augmented reality ramp, and I'm going to do a bit of a catwalk for you, and this is something that everyone can enjoy when you're here at the Nexa wall. Now if you just take a look right here, you're able to start from here and you can walk right down and you have an audience cheering you on, and you can stand right here and feel like a celebrity, because that's exactly what you feel like when you are here at Nexa.
Hey good experience, right? I'm sure you enjoyed it just as much as I have, because you know what? I'm here and you are there. So stop being there and come here. Okay, fine. I'm going to stop with all of this and I'm going to welcome you to our next section. Well, this time Maruti Suzuki has done something extremely innovative, and what we've done is we're giving you away. We offer to give you an all expenses paid trip to the Auto Expo 2018. So we built this platform, and all you had to do was reach out to your phone, log in and try to catch a flying pass. And this was quite well received because we had so many lakhs of people who registered and so many of them who actually tried to catch a flying pass. And out of all those people who caught the flying pass, we have a list of 10 winners. So let me tell you what, so basically what you had to do was you had to catch this flying pass and write us a message and say, hey, why do I want to personally come to the Auto Expo? And boom, we would give you an all expenses paid trip to the Auto Expo right here. So we were telling you how easy it was to go use your phone interface and catch the pass. Guess what? We've got a list of 10 winners who actually won these flying passes. So congratulations to Love Saxena, Firoz Saifi, Dhaval Shah, Anand Kumar, Gunjan Bawa, Bharat Raj, Shubham Jain, Abhay Joshi, Mohan Singh and Aniket Vora. Whoa! Clap on, people! Why am I the only one clapping in this crew? But yes, you understand my sentiment, right? They won. Now, I know you were like, oh, but 1 lakh people, oh, only 10 people, won an all expenses paid trip. Don't be disheartened, because we've got yet another opportunity where we will give you the chance to actually walk away with an Auto Expo pass. Yes, you can enter the Auto Expo and we will give that pass to you and we can make it happen. But while we can make it happen, you need to make something happen, and that is go down to the comment section right now. You are watching this live, right? So go down to the comment section right now and say, why should we give you the pass? And yes, we will revisit the comments and we will choose you to be the lucky one. So I'm sure you want to decide that right now. We've got 5 opportunities of 5 passes to give away. So just do that and do that now. All right. So, well, that's something that you are doing right now, but I did something super cool yesterday, okay? This was a lot of fun. So I used my phone and I spoke to Google Assistant, and I'm not going to reveal the rest. This is like spoiling the climax, so just watch this video. Hi and welcome. My name is KUBBRA SAIT, and as always, from the house of Maruti Suzuki, I'm bringing you the latest innovation in technology and the adaptation of technology. You know what? Yet again, we are market leaders, and this time we've done something truly special at the Maruti Suzuki Auto Expo 2018. Wait, let me tell you this. Do you remember the time when we actually had to walk up to somebody and kind of ask them to read what's going on in our mind before it actually was uttered out of our lips? Times changed, especially with the advent of Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, and Google Home. Right now, whatever's in your mind, all you have to say is utter it, and your questions, your doubts, and of course, even simple statements can be responded to by AI. So, well, guess what? I'm bringing you a whole new world of Maruti Suzuki right here in this very segment. Well, as proud pioneers of technology, Maruti Suzuki brings to you the entire experience at the comfort of your home or in your car. All you have to do is go to OK Google and say, talk to Maruti Suzuki, and all your questions will be answered straight away.
The biggest platform for the latest, the coolest, the the furiously fastest, the future-friendliest, and the designer's best four-wheeler show of India.
So let me tell you how this cool experience can be established. I mean, it's almost a relationship, right? So all you need is a phone, and you need to say, "Okay, Google, talk to Maruti Suzuki."
Sure, here's Maruti Suzuki. Hi, I am your Maruti Suzuki expert. Nice to meet you. Shall we get started?
Can you tell me where can I buy passes for Auto Expo 2018?
You can buy them right here.
New launches at Auto Expo.
Maruti Suzuki has already launched Concept Future S today. The Survivor concept will be launched at 5 p.m. at Maruti Suzuki Hall number 9.
What can I expect?
Want to see Concept Future S live launch video?
No, I already saw it. I hosted it. Is Shah Rukh Khan coming to Auto Expo 2018?
For us, all our visitors are celebrities and will be treated as such.
I really like your effort.
Thanks. The feeling is mutual.
Please sing me a song. When is the Swift launch?
The Swift launch is being showcased at Auto Expo 2018 on the 8th of February 12 p.m. onwards at Hall number 9. Should I set you a reminder?
No, thank you. I'll be there. So we'll get all your answers right. Well, wasn't that so much fun? And I'm sure that you can do the same too. So all you have to do is, you know, go onto your phone and use this marvelous technology. And you know what the best thing about it is that Maruti Suzuki is the first brand to ever do this in the automobile industry, and that is why this makes them a world-class leader. I mean, see, being a leader is easy, right? But staying on top is about constant innovation, and this is what gives them the edge. So go ahead and continue to explore the Maruti Suzuki expert. All you have to do is go on to Google Assistant and say, "Okay, Google, talk to Maruti Suzuki," and boom, there it is, your personal assistant who will guide you through the Auto Expo 2018, will take you through the fleet of cars that are here on display, the new launches, the features, and of course, even a way to buy your passes. It's that fun and that easy. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy this, right? So the thing is that, honestly, between you and me, I have really enjoyed this section, this show so far, and I hope you've enjoyed the same. But it's that time of the night when I need to really, really feel sad and say that this is almost over and I need to go. But I'm not going to go without announcing who those 5 people are who are going to win the Auto Expo 2018 pass. It's so fantastic. I can actually see my face here. But the first person I am going to randomly pick is, be nice to me, okay? Okay. I'm just going to pick up like, oh wow, okay. So, Yashi Sinha, congratulations Yashi Sinha, you're watching us right now. And Yashi, you say, "I'm a big automobile freak, so I want to win. Hashtag Auto Expo at night, Maruti Corp." Well done, congratulations Yashi. I have somebody who says, "Can I get premium passes?" It's very greedy, you're not getting any passes. Okay. Abhinav Sood, congratulations. You walk away with the next pass because you say, "Maruti Suzuki, way of life. I want to attend the Auto Expo so that I can know all about the latest launches of bikes and cars." We've actually got bikes here. You should come and check it out. All right, and now you can because you've just won yourself a pass. Okay. Sai Rajeshwari, I just feel so loving towards you because you're like, "Are there any passes for Auto Expo 2018? If so, where can I get it?" Right here, you wrote in. So we're giving you a pass. Come, attend and be a part of the madness. All right. And, ooh, Uttarvar Anup, you know why you are getting this pass? Because you gave us like this really cool smiley with like goggles, and you go like, this assistance is really the cool. So yes, it is really the cool, and you just won yourself a pass, and I hope to see you soon. So please come by and do say hi, okay? I'll be wearing different clothes, but I'm pretty much the same person. And is that 4 names? We need to give, I have to give 5, no? So I've just announced 4, no? Yeah, team? Okay. It's just clarifying, you know. So there are more human beings in this room. So, okay. So now I'm just going to just swipe up and, okay. So, Sudeep Saha, you are our last and final winner of the Auto Expo Pass for 2018. I want to attend the Auto Expo 2018 because it is my dream to attend the event and to check out the futuristic cars with my eyes. Wow, you are a poet, and we're going to see you here. So congratulations, Sudeep, and congratulations to all the other 4 winners, and thank you to everybody who was a part of this beautiful night out at the Maruti Suzuki. You know, I almost felt like the night watchman bringing you all of this, because as we said earlier, Maruti Suzuki is one of the first companies in the automobile industry to even do this for the very first time out of the many years that Auto Expo has taken place. So thank you for joining us, no matter where you were, but you were at the convenience of your homes and you joined us and you got the latest updates from the technology, from the motorsports point of view. You got everything that you wanted to know, but I'm sure your heart craves more. And there is something really nice. Like, you know, I am still the person who would go to a store and buy my outfit because I can feel the fabric rather than going online shopping, but that's just me, right? So come over, touch the fabric, feel the technology, and enjoy the rush. And of course, life is better with tons of people around you, right? So go ahead, make this world your oyster, guys, and we'll see you at hall number 9 at the Maruti Suzuki booth at the Auto Expo 2018. And miss, when you're here, apart from the fact that you can experience these cars, you can actually use the iCreate experience, and that's something that is unmissable. So, well, thank you so much for joining us. It's 11:15 by my watch. It's time for me to say goodbye, good night, and thank you once again. And at Maruti Suzuki, we love you. Thank you. Bye.